Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of Heat Press Nation Live. My name is Jared, and I'm super excited to be sharing a really fun topic today. And I'll get more into that in just a second. But first, if you're new around here, well, thank you so much for joining us. Every week, or just about every week, every other week, we come here live and we share new products. We share like some of the cool projects that I've been working on, that we've been testing out here. And yeah, so we're really glad you could join us. If you have any questions at all, do me a favor and put your questions in the comments. You can also just shout out where you're tuning in from. That works out too. Let me know where you guys are coming from. That's always a blast. So yeah, I got my iPad right here. So yeah, let's see here. Let's see who's tuning in today. And there's like kind of like a lag between when you comment and when I can actually see it. So it might be a few seconds, but do me a favor, just say what's up, where you're tuning in from, and we're gonna have a good time today. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there we go. My pal Jesse Gibson is here, repping West Virginia, and Stevie C repping NYC. These are the homies, always showing up. Lords, thank you so much for tuning in. We got Christina coming in from San Diego, California. I have a big soft spot in my heart for San Diego. That's where my wife's from, and that's also home of the most fantastic tacos on the planet, or sorry, in the USA. Cross the border a little south, and then you'll get the best tacos in the world. Okay, we got Ventura, California coming in. We got Kathy from Michigan. Oh, Lords is right here from Anaheim, California. Very cool. This is our YouTube fam watching. YouTube fam. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, what we are coming in. We got Camilla coming in from Sweden. What? We're international today. Camilla, thank you so much for joining us. And then we got Dustin, Bentonville, Vicky, and Tosa. MB Studios in India. Wow, that's pretty cool. That like I'm here in California and you guys are there like across the world. That's amazing. It's mind blowing. Blows my mind every time. Well, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Just real quick, then we'll get started. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, go ahead and do that. Heat.press/FB group. If you like what you see here today, you're definitely gonna like our group because we have lots of great members sharing things that they've worked on, different projects. It's really fun. And then, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that like and that subscribe button. Be sure you don't want to miss out. We got new videos coming out every week. At least one, sometimes two or more videos coming out every week. Big shout out to my pal Alex. You don't see him. He's behind the camera. He's producing the show today. And so, yeah, we're going to have a good time. All right. So today we're talking about EasySubli. Now, EasySubli, I don't even have a sample of the vinyl up here because that's not what we're talking about. So Siser EasySubli, for those of you guys who don't know, EasySubli is a special sublimation ink and heat transfer vinyl. For those of you who are familiar with sublimation, you know that you can only use sublimation on white polyester garments, right? Like this. Oh, wrong camera. There we go. Like this one. Very cool graphic, by the way. Thank you, Shutterstock. You'll know that sublimation is limited to white polyester garments, or of course we have sublimation blanks like, there we are, like this ceramic mug right here, got the same graphic, just slightly edited. And so you'll know that sublimation, again, white polyester garments. So what Siser did, now we all know Siser, they are incredible for heat transfer vinyl. I'm repping my Siser HTV right here. Siser heat transfer vinyl, they are legends in the heat transfer vinyl industry, and they thought, hey, isn't there a way that we could print on vinyl with sublimation and then press that vinyl onto shirts so you could get it onto dark colored garments? Again, it's regular sublimation. You can't press it to dark colors, can't press it to cotton. Siser came up with a really ingenious method working together with Sawgrass, which again, Sawgrass legends, Siser and Sawgrass legends in the heat transfer and sublimation communities. Anyways, they joined forces and came out with something called Siser EasySubli. Now, Siser EasySubli, again, it's a printable HTV that goes in your sublimation printer. We have videos that talk about that. If you want to know how to use that, again, our YouTube, that's actually not what I'm talking about today. We're not talking about the printable HTV. So Siser, they come out with this printable HTV. It's really cool. And then what happens, like, wait, I can use it for the printable HTV, but what about regular sublimation? And so that's what we're talking about today. Now, I had a few questions about this, and because again, it's a lot to cover. If you're new to sublimation, if you're new to heat transfer vinyl, this can kind of sound like a lot of information. So to kind of make things a little more clear, I just went straight to the source. Cool thing about working here at Heat Press Nation is I have made some pretty cool connections over the years. One of the coolest connections, one of my coolest pals here is my friend Joe Piazza over at Siser North America. So a little earlier this week, while I was preparing for the episode, doing my research, testing my products, I thought, hold on. I just gotta clear some stuff. I gotta get the wisdom straight from the source. So I called my buddy Joe Piazza, and well, let's see how that went.
Oh, hey, Jared, what's happening?
Hey, Joe, dude, thank you so much for taking my call. How you doing?
Good, man. Just hanging out here in the Siser studio, you know, decorating mannequins with fun t-shirts that I just made.
Best part of the
how's
job,
everyone
right?
else doing? Thank you guys all for watching.
Guys, do me a favor. If you guys are doing good, drop a little heart in the comment. Yeah? A little likey like for our pal Joe.
How have you been, man?
Catching some springtime weather up there?
It's been beautiful. I can't complain. We're, you know, middle of April. It starts getting precarious with weather, but, you know, winter is officially over. We're going to start getting some rain, but sunshine's been out. I'm okay with it. How about on the West Coast?
I thought we were free and clear, but we got some overcast spring, you know, just some spring gray clouds. But hey, can't complain. Winter's over. Yeah, I'm just ready to go.
I see you're back in the office though, so that's cool.
I am back here. It feels so good to be. I'm wearing real clothes. Like I have pants on this time. Last time I called you, I didn't have pants. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that's good to know. It's all right, man. Party up, party at the bottom there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm here in the office. I'm wearing pants. Life is good. Hey Joe, so I have a couple questions. I have these projects that I want to do this week with Siser EasySubli, but I'm a little bit in the dark. And dude, I just need a pro. I need your pro wisdom.
All right. So are you using EasySubli, or you're just trying to set up like projects with the EasySubli inks?
With the inks. So I love the EasySubli. I love the printable media. That's dope. But I'm actually just trying to use the EasySubli inks with not the printable media. Can I even do like regular sublimation blanks?
I love that you brought that up, Jared, because, well, first off, Heat Press Nation is super well versed in sublimation. As you all know, you've seen Jared do some magic live in the past with some awesome projects. Here at Siser North America, sublimation is just a part of what we have to offer, but it's very small. You haven't used it before. We have a product called EasySubli Heat Transfer Vinyl, which is a heat transfer vinyl that you can print on with sublimation inks. It's beautiful. It completely lifts the ceiling of any kind of restriction of only white polyester garments. You're actually printing on the heat transfer vinyl and then applying it onto whatever fabric you want. But I digress with the EasySubli HTV. We have teamed up with Sawgrass when we came out with EasySubli, and the brilliant minds of Sawgrass also manufactured these inks you see before me, which are Siser EasySubli inks. So these are inks that would actually go inside your Sawgrass printer when it's brand new. So I do have to also kind of preface with that. So no, because
like there's no switching back and forth between ink systems.
Absolutely
right?
not.
Gotcha,
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So I want to make sure I nip that in the bud for anybody that is like, well, I'll just switch to those inks. Unfortunately, it is not recommended from the manufacturer Sawgrass, from any of us that kind of know the products, to switch between ink sets. So if you're getting a brand new printer and you want to use EasySubli inks, that is what you're going to charge your machine with. Now, this is what Jared's saying. The question here is, if I have EasySubli inks in my Sawgrass printer, do I only have to use EasySubli heat transfer vinyl? And I'm here to tell you, no. You can absolutely use it for any other form of sublimation.
Come again?
I promise you.
No? Was that a no?
Yeah, no, you don't only have to use EasySubli heat transfer vinyl with the EasySubli inks. That's what I mean.
Heck
so
yeah. So this no is a yes. This is a good no.
This is a good no. That is like a yes, an exciting no. that is going to now change your life when you're doing sublimation. I hope. I hope. And Jared, you gotta promise me that after we hang up in this video, you're gonna do some examples.
I am gonna test the heck out of this. I'm gonna show these off. That is so cool. It's like a whole new world. If we had the licensing from Disney, I would actually sing a whole new world, but that would be expensive.
But worth it. Worth it.
Now, wait, okay. So you're saying that I could still use so if I have the Sawgrass printer with EasySubli inks, it's not just for the HTV. I could use it for like my coffee mugs and my like keychains or whatever blanks I have here?
Absolutely. So for those, again, that are well versed in the sublimation world, that sublimate on a plethora of different hard goods, and you want to be able to still use the same printer for EasySubli heat transfer vinyl, and you have it charged with EasySubli inks, you can still use the EasySubli inks on your sublimation paper, then press it onto that hard good that you would normally sublimate. Now, the only difference is going to be internally. When you send it over to your Virtuoso print manager, or Sawgrass print manager rather, you're going to set up your print manager to make sure that you tell it that you're using Siser EasySubli inks instead of the SubliJet inks. And you have that set up, and then the rest of it is just telling it, I'm printing on this type of sublimation printer, I want the highest quality, and that's all it takes.
Got it. Dude, it's like actually really easy. Like compared to like that's awesome. Dude, heck yeah. I can't wait to test this out. I'm so glad you cleared that up for me. So, well, okay, I have to ask then, let's say I have 100% polyester t-shirt. Can I sublimate directly onto it like regular sublimation with the EasySubli inks?
Absolutely. So for those that are really savvy, you're gonna probably nitpick maybe on a variance between the two ink sets, right? Now, this is where we even suggest for those customers, and you'll hear it from, Heat Press Nation, you'll hear it from people at Sawgrass. They'll tell you, if you're looking to use a printer with more of the pressing on hard goods or other surfaces, you might want to set yourself up with the SubliJet inks. But if you plan to use more of the Siser EasySubli heat transfer vinyl to decorate garments of any kind of fabric, any kind of color, you're going to probably want to set up with EasySubli inks. But I'm telling you, when you put the side by side of both ink sets on hard goods, there is such a slight variance that is not going to deter much. Dude, I promise you, the results are still extremely vibrant. The colors are quite accurate. So you shouldn't be deterred about using the EasySubli inks when it comes to other substrates.
Well, man, I can't wait to get started with this. This is good. Dude, thank you so much for this information. You really cleared up a lot for me. And now I don't have to waste a bunch of stuff just messing up. Just go straight to the source. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we don't want anyone wasting anything. And I would always listen to Jared if it had any recommendations for sure on sublimation. So it's awesome to hear from him when he asks questions like this, because, you've been using sublimation probably longer than I have. So, I mean, but I could sense that there was some apprehension of like, do I use EasySubli inks? Does it work? So we're just excited to be able to toy with it and see some of the results. And now you're going to get to see them firsthand, because Jared's going to do something awesome. I know it.
I'm excited. Well, okay, before I let you go, I can't help it. I obviously caught you in the middle of something here. Your table. Oh, yeah. What the heck is that? Dude, that looks so dope. Just real quick, just share with people. Sorry, guys, if you're watching this has nothing to do with the EasySubli inks, but I have to know. And I'm sure the people want to know.
I have to apologize, Jared. I know our topic here was on EasySubli inks here, but before me, just because this week we have officially launched the Siser EasyPSV pattern line. So all these patterns you see before me, everything right here, is actually our pressure sensitive vinyl. So it's a patterned material that doesn't require heat transfer. It's actually more of a decal vinyl. So kind of what I put on this tumbler is cut with a vinyl cutter and just pressed right onto it to match our Easy Pattern heat transfer vinyl. So, of course, we got to go out in style, right? You're rocking a bag with a cool design with Easy Pattern heat transfer vinyl. Now you got EasyPSV pattern option. So you'll find out more of that. I'm sure Jared and I could probably get together and do something cool talking about them, right?
Oh, we got to go in depth on this. Dude, that is so cool, super dope, and I'm stoked for it. Well, Joe, dude, awesome. Thank you once again for taking my call. It's always a pleasure. Like, I love talking to you. Next week, I'm probably just going to call you to ask you, like, what are you going to get for lunch? Just because, you know, I just like talking to you. So
that's cool. I'm going to pick something awesome. I promise you. It'll probably be tacos, but we'll see. No, thank you, Heat Press Nation. As always, Jared, for always rocking it as an amazing host. And thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to us at Siser. If you have any questions on the Siser EasySubli inks or our other products. And of course, Jared is such a knowledgeable young man that if you have any questions on any Siser products, he will happily help you out as well. But you're gonna check out this awesome example or examples he's gonna show you using Siser EasySubli inks on some hard substrates. So please stick around.
Awesome. Joe, thank you again. We'll see you around, man.
Take care.
Wow, I just want to give one more big thank you to Joe Piazza over at Siser for just, you know, dropping the knowledge, man, dropping that wisdom on us. I did see as we were watching that we were having some questions come in. So before I get into these really awesome projects that we're going to be doing live, if you want to see live demonstrations, be sure to stick around. But I did see some questions coming in. And so I just want to address that really quick. Katie's asking, is the Sublimation, EasySubli HTV like printable HTV weight-wise, stiffness-wise? So EasySubli printable vinyl, it's about as heavy as regular Siser EasyWeed. So if you've used Siser EasyWeed before, that's about how heavy it is. It's gonna feel on the shirt. It's a vinyl, so it's very durable. Now the thing about printable heat transfer paper, like Parapi Inkjet Dark Pro, Nina 3G Jet Opaque, is that it's a little thinner, so it's a little bit lighter, but because of that thinness, it's not as durable in the wash. What's really cool about Siser EasySubli is that it's an HTV, and like Siser HTV in general, it's very durable. So that's why I really like it. And then I know Joe addressed this, but I did want to kind of put in my 2 cents. Katie also asking, so why have Siser EasySubli ink instead of Sawgrass? And I think the answer comes out to, what do you plan to do more of? If you plan on using more of the EasySubli HTV to get full color prints onto your cotton or dark garments, you're gonna wanna go with the EasySubli ink set. And if you plan on doing more stuff like this, go for the Sublimation UHD ink set. That being said, I kind of tricked you guys. This was not made with Sublimation ink. This was made with Siser EasySubli. This t-shirt is actually direct sublimated with Siser EasySubli, and we're gonna be showing off these projects live. Do we got any more questions here on the interwebs? I do see a couple people mentioning that they are going with the white toner printers. Awesome, that's very cool. Reading the YouTube's great choice. We do have a good selection of white toner laser printers here at heatpressnation.com, but that's not what we're talking about today. Yes, Bay Area _Pyro 925. Can you still print on EasySubli with the regular Sublimation UHD ink? Yes, 100%. The results are going to look just a little bit different. So you'll notice. So one thing I found in our testing is we've done stuff with EasySubli and Sublimation inks. Side by side, we could tell the difference, but they both look amazing. And because they both look amazing, your customers are not gonna side by side anything. They're just gonna get the one and they're gonna enjoy it and love it. So that being said, if you guys have any questions, I'm about to do the live demonstrations. We're gonna be doing, I don't have a hat press set up here, but this hat was actually done with Siser EasySubli ink. This is a foam trucker hat. And again, the cool thing about sublimation is I cannot feel a single, you close your eyes, you don't even know anything is on the cap because it's directly sublimated onto the cap. The same thing with this shirt. I used Siser EasySubli ink, but I did not use the HTV because this is a 100% polyester t-shirt. I was able, look how soft, oh, you could just, the microphone will pick up how soft that is. Yeah, I was able to sublimate directly onto it. So if you do have Siser EasySubli inks, and you have a 100% polyester shirt, you could bypass the printable HTV and sublimate again directly onto the shirt. And that's what we're gonna be doing right now. I have a blank 100% polyester t-shirt that I'm going to be heat pressing right now. I got my prints, and then we should have enough time. I'm also gonna show you how Siser EasySubli ink looks when sublimated onto a coffee mug. Live demonstrations start now. If you guys have any questions along the way, be sure to drop them in the comments below, and I'll get to them throughout this live demonstration. So I'm gonna come around. I got my transfer here. And you'll notice I do have a piece of heat foam. This, I cut it, so this looks a little jagged, no big deal. We sell this heat foam in a huge roll, and I love it because I can custom cut it to size. And the reason why is because the other ones, it didn't quite fit what I was doing today. Today I'm using my HPN Craft Pro in the very, very cool mint color. It's a 12-inch by 15-inch swing away. Absolutely love this heat press. And I just, for whatever reason, I just couldn't get one of the other pillows to work. So the reason why I'm using this layer of foam is to help minimize the appearance of press marks. When you're working with synthetic materials like polyester or anything like a rayon blend or something like that, you are gonna want to use a pressing pillow because these materials, they're prone to scorching. So what the pillow does is it kind of rounds off the edge a little bit. So you're not getting that hard edge of the heat press. It's kind of rounding off the edge. It's not gonna completely eliminate scorching, but it does help to minimize the appearance of press marks. And that's really what I need it for today. So I'm gonna do a couple things really quick here. This is a very thin t-shirt. So what I will be doing is putting a piece of parchment paper inside the shirt so that way I don't have anything bleeding through to the back. So if you have a thicker shirt or if you have a cotton poly blend that you're sublimating, you may not need to put anything inside your shirt, but because this is a thinner shirt and it's 100% polyester, I don't want to sublimate the back. I don't want any of the ink to make it through to the back. So I'm just going to put this in like so, nice and easy. There we go. Hey, imagine if I did all of this in a rhyme. Put it easy, put it in, there you go. Nice and easy, let it roll. That would be so annoying if I rhymed all of these, although I am tempted to. Okay, and this was printed out on my Sawgrass SG500 with Siser EasySubli inks. I believe my settings were polyester, and it didn't have the profile for my paper, so I just used like whatever it had. I think it was like TruePix or something. It's not TruePix paper. I'm using TextPrint XPHR sublimation paper, but I just used the TruePix profile. And then, sorry, I just want to make sure that's laying flat. Sometimes your paper will curl under the heat, so if you need to, I don't have any right now, but if you need to, you could use a little bit of spray adhesive. We carry the Eco Mist spray adhesive. You could use a little bit of that, a little bit of heat tape. It's all good in the hood. 385 degrees, 55 seconds, medium light pressure. You don't need a lot of pressure when you're sublimating t-shirts. So just like that, again, a little medium. That might be a little light, so I'm just gonna see if I could squeeze that down. There we go. But just very, very light. And so while you guys are staring at this boring screen, I am gonna be going through the Q&A. Do we have any questions right now? Will HTV permanently adhere to anything other than cloth? We kind of don't recommend it. Like, if you mean like, we've had some people trying to put heat transfer vinyl onto like mugs. For that, use sticker vinyl. It's probably better suited. Or ideally, you would use sublimation, like what we're gonna do now. So I do see someone asking, William, do me a favor. You please email us at support@heatpressnation.com. Support, and I'm gonna put that in there. If you're looking for any questions, you can always call us at 800-215-0894 or email us at support@heatpressnation.com. Here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna carefully lift this off. Some people, what you could do is you wanna give that a second to cool off. You don't wanna peel like super immediately. And one thing you really want to avoid, which is another reason why you could use heat tape or the adhesive spray, is you don't want this transfer to shift while it's still on the surface of the shirt. The reason is with sublimation, the inks are heated up to a gas dye and they still might be active. So if your transfer shifts while it's on the surface of your t-shirt, it could re-imprint on the shirt in a new location and just look really dumb. It'll make it look blurry. We sometimes refer to that as ghosting. So what I do is I'll just give it a second to cool down, and carefully, you don't, again, do not want to shift it. I didn't use any adhesive spray, so I don't want to shift this. I'm just gonna carefully lift it up and off. And then what I will do is I'm just gonna like a Band-Aid, I'm just gonna rip this off so it doesn't have a chance to re-imprint in a new location. And beautiful. How beautiful is that? Check that out. That might even look better than the first one I did, my sample. So look at that. I'm gonna hold this up to the camera in just a second. I'm gonna come around actually. And if you have any questions, don't worry. I still got the iPad here. Still gonna take your questions, but I'm gonna come around. And yes, the parchment paper is still in there. Whew. But look at that. Now again, this t-shirt is a little thin, so there's a little light passing through, so it actually looks a little bit lighter, but when you like hold it up against something or there's like a dark shadow, then you could truly see how like bold and vibrant these colors are. Dude, this looks dope. And yes, that's a DeLorean in there. Little tribute to my Back to the Future fans out there. That looks absolutely beautiful. And again, this was Siser EasySubli ink. Now, usually, pull this out. All right. Now, usually, again, if you're using the Siser EasySubli HTV, it's gonna work great on cotton garments, on dark colored garments. But if you happen to want to use a 100% polyester or mostly polyester, you could get away with like a 60% polyester, even a 50-50. If you have a white polyester t-shirt, soft as heck, soft, ultra permanent. Like there is nothing softer than a sublimation print. Like DTG, sorry. There's a couple water-based inks, like screen print inks that people use. That's probably the only thing that even comes close. Everything else, like nothing comes close to the softness of a sublimation print. So if you're looking for a lightweight t-shirt, maybe you're running or you want to put something on performance wear, like this is the way to go. This is what you want to be doing. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to take your questions right now. Let me just plug in this mug press because I do want to show you, we have a little bit of time left. I do want to show you guys how cool Siser EasySubli inks look on a mug press. Okay, so let's go to the questions here. Oh, sorry, I did want to respond with R. So, and I think Veronica oh no, she didn't, okay. Shout out to my pal Veronica. She is always hot in the comments. Just, her fingers they're just blazing. They're so fast, just hot. She's just kicking butt there. Okay, so you can email us, support@heatpressnation.com, or call us at 800-215-0894. Okay, let me go over to Facebook. We're gonna check in on our questions there. If you guys have any questions about anything we're doing here today, please drop it in the comments. Today, for those of you guys who are just joining us, I'm using Siser EasySubli inks and showing how cool they look on non-Siser EasySubli printable HTV products. So we are directly sublimating, now this was done off camera, but directly sublimating this foam trucker cap, which is, of course, the foam has polyester qualities to it. And then of this polyester t-shirt. Now this mug I did already off camera, and I'm gonna do it live just so you can see how easy it is to get it done. Do we got any questions coming here? Let's see. So good to have all of you guys joining us, by the way. Okay, let's see. All right, looks like we're all good. Now, while this will be heated up really quick, so I'm gonna clear a little space here on the front. I'm tempted to just throw everything on the floor, but that's just not, it's not appropriate. So I'm just gonna scoot these over really quick here. That's off, that's off. Okay. So again, Sawgrass SG500. I printed out this mug transfer with the Siser EasySubli ink. I had the substrate set to ceramic, and the paper was set to whatever default it has there. So here's what I do. I like to trim it. You don't have to get super close, but close enough. So I trim it right to the edge there. Again, not super duper close, but just close enough. I don't want to risk cutting into the transfer, the printed area. And then one more, you can see I'm just kind of cutting right here. Oh, another cool thing about sublimation is if you have used inkjet heat transfer paper like Jet Pro Soft Stretch or 3G Jet Opaque, Parapi, blah, blah, blah. If you've used that, you know that you have to trim the background off of your printed transfer. Otherwise, the whole background is going to get pressed onto the shirt. The cool thing about sublimation is only the inks transfer. Only your inks are going to transfer, so you don't have to. So I'm trimming this just to make it easier, but like this white bar, that's not going to transfer to the mug. I'm just trimming it to make it easier. So that beep lets us know that it's already heated up, and so I'm just going to close it and open it. I will acknowledge you, heat press. Okay. That's really what it's there for. It's just, people ask, why does it beep when I power it on? It's a safety feature because, sometimes these ones heat up really quick, but the larger heat presses, they take a little while to heat up. Oops. They take a little while to heat up, so what happens is they'll turn them on and they'll forget that their press is heating up. Like how you forget that your water's boiling for pasta noodles. So it'll give off a beep just to kind of remind you hey, don't leave me unattended. So what I did, I just got a little piece of heat tape and I'm applying a strip of heat tape to the length of each side. Oh, yes, we got camera 2 over here. I'm gonna scoot this over so you guys could see what I'm doing on camera 2. Thank you, Alex. And I got another piece of heat tape coming in. One fun trick that I learned from one of our viewers is at the very end, you could fold it back over on itself. So you have a little tab now. It makes peeling the mugs way easier. And so now I do it every time I press a mug. Okay, I got my blank, I believe this is, Orca 11-ounce sublimation mug. Love these things. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the transfer over the, where am I? There we go. I'm trying to center on camera. There we go. Put the transfer over the mug. I'm gonna line it up. So give me a second while I just, oh, there's a little dust on there. You don't want any dust or lint on any of your sublimation transfers, by the way, because they will, the ink, because the ink turns into a gas, that lint will actually pick up some of that gas and it'll imprint. You'll have little imprints of blue and red lint on your finished product, which I find hilarious when other people do it, but not when it happens to me. Okay, so I'm doing my best to line this up. This might not be the most perfectly centered and aligned transfer, but actually should be okay. So there we go. So I'm just putting the tape down now. You want to make sure that your transfer is pulled tight across the surface of your mug. You don't want any bubbles or gaps or anything like that. So now that this is ready to roll, I'm just going to pop it into my mug press. So now this mug press, I did already calibrate the pressure beforehand, before we went on the air today. So now I'm just going to put my mug press in, keeping the handle centered between both sides. And right about there. There we go. Now this mug press is set to 385 degrees, 190 seconds. So I got about 3 minutes here to take your questions. And let's see. Okay, Katie's saying, also, does the print quality differ when you change from polyester to ceramic, etc.? I believe it changes slightly the ink output, how much ink is going to saturate the page. In my personal experience, the differences have been extremely minimal, if noticeable at all. So I adjust it just because I want to, and you should. But there's been times where I've accidentally printed a print for a t-shirt on the ceramic setting and vice versa, and I honestly haven't even noticed a difference. Let's see. Oh, thanks. So Stacy is saying, I believe she's referring to the sublimation print on the shirt. No, it doesn't bleed onto skin. It will fade after time in the wash, but it is normal wear and tear. Yeah, so what's cool about sublimation, it'll last the longest on polyester. If you're sublimating onto a cotton poly blend, the properties of cotton don't allow it to react with the sublimation dye. We've done wash tests before, we've shown them. So the sublimation dye, for whatever reason, it doesn't work on cotton. It washes out really bad. So if you have a 50-50 cotton poly shirt, well, 50% of that is cotton. So the ink is sitting on 50% of material that's just gonna wash out. If you have like a 60% polyester shirt, you know, there's gonna be less fading in the wash. And if you have a 100% polyester shirt, this is going to last the longest. Now, what does cause wear, because what does make it look like not so nice after time is sometimes the garment itself just wears. Like, that's just a part of wear and tear. So the top layer is actually getting like rubbed away slowly, abraded away in the washer as you're wearing it over time. But this is about as permanent as something gets. No, it does not bleed onto skin. You can't feel it. It is tested to be safe for children's garments. And this is Sawgrass ink. I can't speak for any other ink systems out there, but Sawgrass ink is tested to be safe. It's non-toxic, safe for children's clothes, and certain sensitive skins. I say certain because some people are sensitive to like sunlight. They're sensitive to water. So it's like, hey, if you're like one of the really specific ultra, medical condition that they named after you, I don't know, I can't speak to that. But for the general population, like 99% of people, is gonna be safe and fine. We got about 20 seconds left on the clock. Do we have any quick questions that I can answer in 15 seconds? Let's see. No worries, Cindy. Cindy says she didn't get to see how we did the shirt. You could watch the replay of this like pretty much as soon as it's done, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. You could just watch the replay and you could see exactly how we did that shirt. Very simple, very easy. And this is our coffee mug. So I'm gonna open it up. There you go, you see a little steam. Again, it's non-toxic, but I'm not really trying to breathe it in anyways. I'm just gonna sit this down here. Because there's a little paper sticking off the edge, again, I don't want this transfer to shift in any direction on the mug. So when I have paper sticking off the edge a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see that, I'll just lay the mug down like that to rest. You don't wanna peel the transfer off your mug too early, because again, with sublimation, the magic of it is that the printed ink turns into a gas dye when it's heated up. And the pressure from the heat press is what presses that gas dye into we call it a substrate, but you might call it a sublimation blank product, whatever. The pressure from the heat press presses that dye into whatever it is that you have, your blank, your product. And so while it's still hot, some of that gas dye is still active. And what I've noticed is if you stand the mug on its base like this, and you peel it immediately, what happens is some of that ink that's still in the gas form, it starts to rise, and it'll rise up against the surface of the mug, and you'll see a weird, funny blurring of your image like going up. And that's because, again, that hot gas dye is still active there. There's still some gas present. It's gonna go up and it's gonna blur as it goes up. So I will let this cool for just, 30 seconds to a minute. Some people will dunk their mugs in warm water to stop the sublimation process. Go ahead, it's a little messy for me, I don't really do that. Whatever you do, do not ever dunk your fresh hot mug into cold water unless you enjoy broken mugs, because they will crack and in some cases not completely shatter, but come close to like shattering. You don't want to do that to your mug. Okay, we got any more questions here? Okay, I'm gonna pop over to YouTube. Those are our Facebook questions. Let me see what we got. Anybody have any new questions on YouTube? Oh, great question. Locos is asking, what's on the shirt I'm wearing? This is Siser EasyWeed Stretch t-shirt of my design. Well, I licensed this graphic here, but of course the combo, dos de asada. If you've ever ordered tacos at a Mexican restaurant, you just, it's just you just go, oh, dos de asada. Anyways, this is my t-shirt. Don't steal my idea. TuesdaysBest.com. All right, let's see. Any questions? Any other questions? Oh yeah, that's it. What paper? Oh yes, this is text print XPHR sublimation paper, and this actually should be good to peel now. Text print XPHR sublimation paper. You could use text print R, or if you're using another brand, should be fine with your Siser EasySubli inks. Oh, here we go. So remember that little tab? Oh, I'm right here. Remember the little tab? Just makes it so easy to peel. And dang, I think I like this one better than the first one. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. It's in focus now. So cool. So darn cool. There you go. I think this one, for whatever reason, came out better than this one. They're both Siser EasySubli ink, by the way. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. If you missed it live, don't worry, you can always rewatch this, and I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeatPressNation, or if you're watching on YouTube, just hit that like and subscribe button. But today, we got some great wisdom from my friend Joe Piazza over at Siser North America on how we could use our Siser EasySubli ink to do regular sublimation. Yes, it is optimized for the Siser EasySubli printable HTV, but not every project is going to require the printable HTV. So for those projects where you can use traditional sublimation, like this foam trucker cap, like this polyester t-shirt, and like this sublimation mug, you could still use your Siser EasySubli ink to tackle these amazing projects and more. If you go to heatpressnation.com, you go over to our sublimation blank section, you'll see that we have hundreds. I don't know if we're into the thousands yet, but we have a buttload, I think is a technical term for that. We have tons and tons of sublimation blanks that you can use with your Siser EasySubli inks. And of course, if you already have the standard Sublimation HD ink, you could use that too with your Sawgrass printer. The only thing it's not gonna work with is Chromoblast, and don't get me started on that. Yeah, so there we go. These are our projects for today. I hope you guys had a great time watching. Again, if you have any questions and you're not watching live, maybe you are watching the replay, go ahead and put your comments in there, your questions. Me or my pal Veronica is going to be able to help you out. Thank you so much again, Ronnie, for helping us out with these questions. Yeah, me and Veronica, we got you guys, man. We got all the answers, and if we don't, we'll find them for you. So I'm just gonna double check. Got any more questions? I think that's gonna do it for us. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say, join our Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, join our Facebook group. I believe it's on screen, heat.press/FB group. Lots of great people in there, lots of great info, and lots of great projects that are probably cuter than this, that you can get some inspiration from. Well, once again, my name is Jared here with Heat Press Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in to another live episode of Heat Press Nation Live, and we'll see you on real soon. Adios, everyone.